I'll arrive 10 minutes early just to let bitches know who they working with.
Welcome back to Conversations with me. I'm your host, KATRINA GIBBS, and I'm dropping this video because, of course, we all heard about, Nipsey HUSSLE being shot now and killed, murdered. And, usually when celebrities die, it just be like in one ear out the other, you know what I mean? Like, death is supposed to happen and, you can't stop it. And, even with this Nipsey HUSSLE thing, I didn't even think it was going to affect me like that. But just hearing it, and then, I seen some of the most disrespectful stuff I thought I'd ever see. But then we also have to understand what times we're living in. So somebody tells me Nipsey HUSSLE got shot and hospitalized. So they see that on social media. So then I go and then I say, let me go see. And as soon as I click on, Instagram, it's this blog called Gossip in the City that I follow. And they have Nipsey HUSSLE with his brains just laying on the concrete. Now, not literally his brains, but the back of his head. You can see the shot or whatever. And I just thought that was just so disrespectful, because it's just like, I understand that you guys got to try to do all this tea and getting it first and putting the news out first and trying to get all these clicks and all that shit, but it's just like, where is your integrity when it comes to just a little bit of privacy, some just respect? It's just not cool at all. I will be furious with that person, whoever runs that blog site or whatever, but it just had me thinking, and so tonight I was listening to what's his name? Tariq go live, Tariq Nasheed, and he's probably still live now, and as I'm recording this, and even with him, he went on to say he took a picture with a young lady and her child. I want to know who that girl is. I'm not accusing her of anything, but I want to know who she is. And it's like, you can't do stuff like that. I understand where you're coming from, Tariq, because you're hurt, but you can't do things like that, because you'll get other people hurt who are completely innocent. Now, okay, he might have took a picture with, my child. I'm just putting myself in those shoes. Okay, but what if I still don't have anything to do with it? Okay, yeah, it happened seconds, minutes, whatever after we did our exchange. But what if I don't have anything to do with it? You know what I'm saying? There's people out here who love that man and who can find that information within an hour or so, a few hours. Now you got people coming after me and my family. So it's like, just don't do that kind of stuff, because soon as this internet is a strange place. These people can find that girl within no time. And then now her family will have to be harassed and said that they had something to do with this. And you can't do that to people. So although I do love and adore Tariq Nasheed, that was completely wrong. You don't do that to people. You are not a detective, and I understand where everyone is coming from with this whole government conspiracy, Dr. Sebi. Trust me, I understand that fully. So it brings me to a question, and I was listening to one of Ayo's videos. I don't know which one, but I listen to all of his videos, and it brings me to a question to say, can you be sad? Now listen, can those who work with the government be sad about this type of murder? If you think this was a government hit, can you be sad if you're suing someone? Can you be sad if you have someone on child support? Can you be sad if you're an informant, like a government informant? Can you be sad about black men getting killed? And, even having a conversation, another question that, I thought of is because I was just talking about my brother's death a few days ago. And, even though my brother was in the streets, he didn't die in the streets. He just got hit by a car and he died. So, as we were talking about death, it does, when you think about it, it just puts you in a negative spot. But we were just saying, I was just asking the person, like, okay, we know the law of energy, you know, it can't be destroyed, only transferred. So it's like, if this person, and, you know, even with my brother and, you know, now a Nipsey HUSSLE, if that ball of energy can't be destroyed, where does it then go? Like, does his spirit get in line and just wait to, you know, occupy another body, or does his spirit directly transfer into somebody else, like quick, fast, in a hurry, the next baby that's born? You get what I'm saying? I just want to know if you ever thought like that. And but then the other thing is, you know, we were also talking about this person being a street nigga, and they thought that they was supposed to die, but it skipped them. So now, if this energy is out here and it was supposed to, you know, basically search for a person and that was supposed to die, and they skip death or miss it, or however you want to phrase it, what then happens to that energy? You get what I'm saying? Like, does it just go to the next nearest person? Like, okay, this person just dies, or does it just get back in line as well? If you can understand and follow what I'm saying. But yeah, this whole thing is just really, really sad, because even though, like, we were talking about death and all that, and I was just telling this person, like, ever since 2009 when my brother passed away, I haven't watched any of that hood classic shit. Like, I cannot turn on not one of those movies ever again. When my brother passed away, I didn't cry not one time. I went home, even after, you know, you having repast and, you know, everybody eating and everything. After my brother's funeral, I just went home by myself. And, you know, everybody in my family was asking, like, where'd she go? Where'd she go? It was just like, now my brother is laid to rest, and it's time to that where I can rest. You know what I'm saying? Because a funeral, you know, it takes a lot, and I'm even about to get like a little teary eyed right now as I'm saying this. A funeral takes a lot, you know, like, as far as planning, and even down to what the person is going to wear, you know, and it was just like when he was gone and he was in that casket and we walked away, it was just time to let it go. Now, it's not to say let him go, but it was just time to let it go. So, the task of burying him go. So I went home and I put in Notorious, the movie. And then, you know, when I seen Biggie die, I was just a big ball of tears. And it just all came out then. And it was just like, why the fuck am I subjecting myself to watching this kind of garbage? And although these events and stuff like this may be true and may happen, why do I have to sit here and watch it? So I vowed to never ever watch any of that hood stuff anymore, because I can clearly just turn on the news. So okay, I get off of the TV thing. I'm not a really big TV watcher. Now I'm, you know, as anybody else out here, addicted to my phone. And now it's still bombarding me, seeing young black men die, seeing young women out here die and get hurt and all kind of stuff, just because I'm on social media. So it's kind of like you're in a land where you're never going to escape negativity. You get what I'm saying? And not only that, but if we was to think about like how controlled everything is, I was also having a conversation with somebody that prompted me to go to, you know, just write a Facebook status. And I said, I don't think people understand that they live in America and how controlled we are. I think people think that they have a grip on life. No, I run my show and nobody else can tell me what to do. And you know, that is all fine and dandy. But as I was talking to this person, we were just talking about vaccination and having kids vaccinated, and, you know, and then I was telling her about the new cases where they were, I don't know if it was in New Jersey, but let's just say, and, you know, where they telling people, you know, you have to have the MMR shot. if you're under 18, or, go to jail or pay a fine or stay your ass in the house past these days. And I was just wondering, I said, how do you feel like you're going to get around that? And, automatically when you challenge somebody and basically tell them that they don't have control over their life, they get defensive. And that's a natural thing. Don't get me wrong. So she got defensive, but I was telling her, because she was just saying as like, it's not a little bit of people who are unvaccinated. And I said, I understand that. But how many unvaccinated people are in power in the government? I said, and not only that, how many of them are willing to help you as a black woman? So then she said, I don't see how they can control something like that. So I said, well, it can be controlled easily. Like it's ways that you can be identified, and if, let's just say we put 2 or 3 cops at every big front of every grocery store. Now you have to eat, you know what I'm saying? It's not an unvaccinated the unvaccinated people come here and shop type of store. So let's just say they put 2 or 3 cops and they have a way of identifying you and putting you under arrest just because you're coming to get some food and you're unvaccinated. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can be that simple. And she's just like, I don't think they would do that. And that's why I kept saying, like, I think people underestimate where they live. Like, stop underestimating this government. Understand that you can come out here and get your piece of the pie. And then you gotta go. I know that's a strong statement to say, but I'm just saying. It's because even if you think about this whole Nipsey HUSSLE thing, and as you hear about it and listening to it and everybody coming up with their theories of what happened, understand. Listen, I live in Columbus, Ohio. I have gotten a billion tickets. You get what I'm saying? And we have these red light cameras, right? To where I don't even know if they still exist. Damn, it's been so many years. But red light cameras. If you run a red light, picture taken, and they snap the back of your car, they get your license plate, send it to you in the mail, pay us $95, or you'll have this ticket on your record or whatever. Now, they tried to tell people that this camera is only on when you run a red light. Are you serious? You really want people to believe that? And I'm pretty sure people believe that. But not only that, we have a street here called Cleveland Avenue. And up Cleveland Avenue, at every light, there's a camera pointed directly at traffic. Directly on top of traffic. Not only that, even on the street light poles, there's this big-ass camera box with a police badge on the side of it, and it's white with a camera on it. Now, if they do that in little bitty old Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, you damn sure know they got that shit popping on Crenshaw Avenue in California. If they don't come up with suspects and tell us what's what, I mean, then you can come up with your own conclusion after that. But it's just like, understand the game that you're playing. And then not only that, but you have now is 2 videos of 2 young boys talking about they shot this man. So when when I was in my 20s, I'll say probably 21, 22, a man told me that people, when people die, the first thing they say, the world is over, or something like tragedy happens. People say the world is over, the world is over. And he said, no, the world is not over. The world that you know to be is over. So, in a world where you would never see 2 different people claim a murder on social media, that world is now over. In a world where you would never see somebody's death on a social media era or on the computer period, that world is done. That world is dead. It just blows my mind to see these 2 young boys on here talking about, yeah, I killed him. Like, Coonery at its finest. Anyhow, man, conversations with me, man. And that's... So when you... Man, get a hold of all these lame ass niggas out here, man. Somebody older who know a better way. Hey, man, put somebody's coattails and tell them what's what. Please. But I know the only thing that runs people is fame and money. And more fame than... It's fame more than money, you know?
Conversations with me. I got to listen to it.